For the group, Victor Carlo appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for his leadership role in the conduct of the election. He says it was devoid of any form of interference by the government.
We observed with satisfaction that INEC's uncompromising position on the strict compliance to the
just as Benin residents praise conduct of security personnel in governorship election, and ahead of schools reopening, Edo State government trains principals, head teachers on safety in COVID-19 era. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Main News Bulletin. I am Agatha Egwari Uju. Governor Godwin Obaseki has visited his Delta State counterpart, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, at the Government House, Asaba, hours after collecting his certificate of return from INEC. Governor Obaseki, who was on a thank you visit to Senator Okowa on the active role he played before and during the election, was also in Bayelsa State. Elizabeth Omoko's report will come to you subsequently. In the meantime, the just concluded governorship election in Edo State has been scored high in conduct by members of domestic election observers. They made their stand known during a press briefing in Benin. Elizabeth Omoko's report is here presented.
Spokesperson for the group, Victor Carlo, appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for his leadership role in the conduct of the election. He says it was devoid of any form of interference by the government.
We observed with satisfaction that INEC's uncompromising position on the strict compliance to the use of smart card reader, which was very effective during the election, and cancellation of results where applicable due to violence and other violations, to a very large extent define the entire exercise and position of INEC as truly unbiased and committed to getting it right.
He notes that the group is satisfied with the electoral umpire and security agencies who were resolute and committed to proper conduct of the election, with a level playing ground for all political parties that participated in the election. In Benin, Ifeoma Okafor, NTA News.
In the meantime, Benin residents have been speaking on the security apparatus deployed during the election and its impact on the exercise. Udrakobong Achibong reports that they rate the personnel high in the discharge of their duties and demand for more of this quality contribution.
Prior to the Edo governorship election, people were apprehensive of the exercise. There were worries that it could be marked by violence. On the contrary, the election has been adjudged relatively peaceful and free from violence. Some respondents give kudos to the security personnel for their supportive role to the successful conduct of the election.
They did what they're supposed to do without bias. They did not take side. We state they perform excellently well.
There were not the security where we have some agency working for a political party, working for the favor of that political party. I think they were just neutral. They were doing their job fair and fair. They were neutral, and I believe they did not interfere in the election process.
They were on ground to really monitor the situation, and so nobody was above the law on that very day, and so they maintained absolute peace and security within the unit and environs.
They didn't intimidate anybody. We went peacefully and we came back peacefully. And even within the voting arena, I didn't see anything ugly. They conducted themselves well.
Although the police authority in the state will not speak on this feat and the current security situation in the state when contacted, citizens note that beyond the election, there are still security challenges that require more attention.
Securities as an institution should focus on the herdsmen and farmers clash. Then the kidnapping and the rest of crime that is taking place in the state Ekpoma and Benin Ekpoma Road is a no-go area for some people because of the kidnapping that is taking place there. So I think the police should be able to engage these kidnappers.
One other area we really want them to look at is this area of community policing. I think that will really help them because the community policing will go as much as far as to the grassroots.
The respondents also believe that collective responsibility will ensure protection of lives and property in the state. In Benin, Udwakobong Achibong, NTA News.
Now, records have shown that there has been a turnout of voters lower by 8% compared to that of the governorship election of 2016. This decline occurs in spite of a 17% increase in the number of registered voters this year. Ifoma Okafo now brings us details.
The perception may be rife that the just concluded governorship election in Edo State, given its keenness, may have recorded a high perception of voters, especially when compared with the 2016 governorship election. Statistics, however, tell a different story. More voters are actually participated in the 2016 governorship election. In 2016, a total of 1,900,223 participated as against 2,210,532 registered voters in 2020. This represents 17% increase in the number of registered voters this year. Out of the 2,210,532 registered voters this year, a total of 483,796 registered voters did not collect their permanent voters cards (PVC), which represents 22% of non-collected PVCs from the 1,726,739, which is representing 78.11% PVCs collected. These experts believe is a low turnout of voters if compared to 4 years back. They therefore gave perspective on the reasons for the drop.
The fact that people get to register, do they collect the registration cards? There was a really massive concern about the overhyped security situation, in terms of heightened fear of violence.
People may even collect their, just go and register, not for election sake, but because they use it to do some administrative things. So that will also affect the turnout. Apart from that, too, some people may not have turned out because of bureaucracies.
To avoid voter apathy in the next election in the state, the experts say,
it's not out of point that we should have a kind of distribution system by which people can be located at home and say, that's your registration form, and he picks it up. In the very, very hectic run, of life situation of these days, we should really have a streamlined and effective, process of registered card distribution.
Registration of voting should be a continuous process. For example, it's just like when your driving license expires, you can go to, Inland Revenue to renew your paper. I think it should be done so. The situation where we have to wait towards the election at a particular time, it becomes cumbersome. People now begin to drag here and there. I want to see a situation where I can leave my work, where to go. I want to do voters card, and 1 hour I'm done. That will really help the situation.
According to them, these steps will help sustain democracy in Nigeria. In Benin, Ifoma Okafo, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Benin News at 7. Time for a break. We'll be back shortly for more reports. To stay tuned.
What a movement truly driven by the love of the people. What a gallant and laudable victory for the good people of Edo State. This is a new turn. I, Honorable Dr. Patrick Okundia, Edo State Commissioner for Health, hereby wish to congratulate our amiable governor, the people's choice, the brave and gallant leader, His Excellency Godwin Rogerase Obaseki, the Executive Governor of Edo State, along with the hard-working, committed and dedicated Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, for their resounding victory at Edo State governorship election. My family and I join millions of people around the world, including Edolites at home and in diaspora, in congratulating you for this great and sweet victory. The voice of the people is the voice of God. I wish you, Your Excellency, God's blessings, grace and guidance as you get ready for your second term in office. Hearty congratulations, sir.
Indeed, the will of Edo people has prevailed for standing by us all through. We say thank you. For coming out announced to re-elect the wait-and-see governor, we say thank you. For the sleepless night you kept defending our votes, we say thank you. We thank very specially His Royal Majesty Omonobanedo Ukua Molopolo Oba Ewa II and all the traditional rulers in the land for their fatherly role. We thank all the religious leaders across the length and breadth of our dear state. We couldn't have gotten this far without your sincere prayers. We thank the election umpire for conducting free, fair and credible election and all the security agencies for a job well done. This victory is victory for all Edos, both at home and in diaspora, and together let's make Edo great again. To God be the glory. This message is brought to you by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Nogagase Obaseki.
With so much joy and profound gratitude to God Almighty, I, Chief Lady Doris Obo, JP, CEO Doris State Conglomerate, wish to congratulate our esteemed, vibrant, gallant, talking ado, wait-and-see Governor, the People's Governor, His Excellency Godwin Nogagase Obaseki, the Governor of Edo State, and the Deputy, Comrade Philip Shaibu, for their laudable and gallant victory in Edo State governorship election. The people spoke through the ballot box. God listened from heaven and granted their heart desire, which is you. Wow! I wish you God's grace, guidance, and more grace to your elbow as the chosen one for the much anticipated second term in office. From my family and I, we say congratulations. Oh,
Edo University, Yano wishes to announce the commencement of the 2020-2021 admission exercise. The university is equipped with world-class facilities such as the Anatomage table, Siemens 3G mannequins, and the Canvas learning management system, among others, that enhance effective teaching and learning. The Canvas LMS provides a computerized learning platform with video conferencing facilities which enable students to perform interactive academic activities online. The university has continued to showcase academic activities online on a Canvas LMS despite the lockdown occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the determination to graduate students within the stipulated time as defined in the admission letters, you are definitely assured of uninterrupted academic calendar at Edo University, Yamo. For further admission inquiries, please visit the university website on www.edouniversity.edu.ng to fill an application today to give your child an opportunity of world-class education. Signed, Registrar.
Any journey where I want make, any route where I want take, I know the fear, I know the shake, I know say promise I want to stay. We need out, we need to Port Harcourt, we need Bayelsa, we need to worry, we need to Africa and other states. I know say promise I want to stay.
But this one Motors head office dey for Upper Market Road, Benin City. Our branch dey for number 1 Ekema Road, opposite Mobile Police Station, Benin City. You also fit waka go number 1 Dawson Road, Benin City. For Delta State, Obisa Motors dey Enera Junction, Warri, opposite Chevron Gate. For Abraka, we stand gidigba for Police Station Junction. For Bayelsa Anko, we dey Tombia Roundabout, opposite Unless God Filling Station. And our Auchi branch dey opposite Auchi Polytechnic Gate by GT Food. Our Port Harcourt branch dey Olu Obasanjo Road by Hivon Road Junction for Waterline. Bobizwa Motors. If we enter our Sienna car, Hummer bus, or even Jeep Escalade, Bobizwa Motors, safety is of the Lord.
I know say Bobizwa Motors
And now to COVID-19 update. There are 176 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC, Lagos has 73 of the new cases, Plateau 50, PFCT 17, Rivers 8,
State government shut down schools in the states on the 23rd of March.
In Kaduna states, 2 in Oyo and 1 each in Bauchi, Bayelsa, Delta and Nasarawa states. 57,613 cases have been confirmed so far. 48,836 patients have been discharged and 1,100 deaths recorded. Now, head teachers, principals, and all those key staff of basic education sector in Edo State are undergoing training on school safety in the post-COVID-19 era. It is ahead of schools reopening. State Commissioner for Education, Jimo Ijekbai, flagged off the exercise in Benin City, and Goodluck Enaini now reports.
State government shut down schools in the states on the 23rd of March 2020 as a result of the outbreak of the coronavirus. Months after that experience, the state government has decided to reopen schools for academic activities. It is in view of this that the training for teachers in the state is ongoing to effectively manage the pandemic.
Teachers arrived the center for the training in Benin, then into the hall for the flag-off. The training, which is in line with the directive of the federal government, is to equip teachers with the necessary information on how to ensure safety as school reopen.
I'm very convinced that at the end of this training, we will all partner together and ensure that our children are safe in the school and that we do not record any ugly incident.
Chairman, Subeb, Edo State, Dr. John Oviari, says the exercise, which is in batches, is holding simultaneously in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The head teachers are expected to disseminate the knowledge to the classroom teachers and pupils.
We want to ensure that we don't have a spike as a result of ignorance or carelessness. So we are taking this very, very seriously. In addition to the training the teachers are getting, the pupils and the students themselves are also going to be getting additional information.
The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Patrick Okundia, affirmed the state government's commitment towards the spread of COVID-19. There were also goodwill messages from the regional coordinator, Lubek. The beneficiaries described the initiative as thoughtful.
It has afforded the headmasters and the principals on how we can carry our teachers and at the same time our pupils or students along.
Very happy to see that I will resume back to my school on Monday.
As schools reopen on the 28th of this month, stakeholders sue for concerted effort from all and sundry in the protection of the children against COVID-19. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NT News.
Thank you, Goodluck. And as schools get set to resume across Edo State on Monday, teachers and parents are putting things together to ensure their children and wards return to class safely to continue their academic activities. Eugenia Ndubisi now reports.
The Edo State government this Monday announced the reopening of both public and private schools in the state after several months of lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic. As the schools reopen, it is expected that schools authorities will comply with the NCDC guidelines by providing hand sanitizers, buckets with running waters, and ensuring that students and pupils maintain social distance. Some teachers and pupils say they are prepared to go back to school.
Maintain social distances. Even during assembly, social distances will be adhered to.
We are going to have our teachers and our pupils prepared for this next 2021 academic year.
A commitment teaching us on how to be committed, teacher safety and pupil safety.
Happy that school want to resume right from March. So I've not been going to school.
Going to go back to school, I'll be very happy. I wash my school uniform clean, wash my stockings.
Madam Weze, who deals with school wares, says patronage is high since the announcement of school resumption by the state government, while some parents describe the development as the right step in the right direction.
As of now, we are selling more than before. They have at least their stay at home
Every parent should be happy that their children are about to resume school, and it will be a thing of joy for our children to go back to school.
We all know that one of these days the children must go back to school, but because they are still young at home. So we are all ready for the children to go back to school.
Commissioner for Education Jimoh Ijebai explains that public schools will run 2 streams to ensure their safety.
We have put measures in place to ensure that we ensure compliance with the NCDC guidelines, and we have set up various monitoring teams that are going to be moving around the schools and ensure that they comply strictly with the NCDC guideline on COVID-19.
Schools in Edo State have been in lockdown since March this year due to the outbreak of COVID-19 in Nigeria. In Benin, Eugenia Ndubisi, NTA News.
Today is World International Day for Sign Languages, and there is a renewed advocacy for government to enhance learning through signs and symbols to enable physically challenged persons to participate fully in academics.
The day demands for a recognition of the importance of preserving sign languages as part of cultural and linguistic diversity. The International Day recognizes the importance of sign languages for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and fulfilling its core promise of leaving no one behind. It also offers an opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all sign language users. People with disabilities speak on how hard it is to communicate with others.
We want the government to make sure that in society we are placed on the same range.
I try to use gesture signs to talk to them. That's the only way we communicate, although it's not easy.
Others say if the language is introduced, it will benefit all.
I think it is time for the country and the world in general to accept sign language as a language.
If everybody should learn the sign language, it will be a helping hand to teach other children.
International Day of Sign Languages is observed on 23rd September with aim of raising awareness of the importance of sign language in full realization of the human rights of people who are deaf. The International Day of Sign Languages offers an opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all sign language users. In Benin, Joy Ebu, NTA News.
An online book titled The Metaphysics has been released to the public. It dwells on new discoveries on the foundation of life and how it ends. The book, written by a self-acclaimed African philosopher, Lucky Adesuwa, was featured in an exclusive interview with our reporter, Chikodi Obi.
The 152-page e-book Lucky Adesuwa claims is a discovery of how existence in entirety came about and how it can possibly come to an end. According to him, the online piece provides sufficient answers to commonly asked questions regarding life, existence, and its entirety.
And I know a lot of people too have asked themselves these questions. Does God exist? What is the meaning and purpose of life? Why are we here at all? Why is it that there is even existence? Why not non-existence? Why is there something? How come there is something? Why is it that there is not just nothing, no existence? But then there is all these things and we cannot explain them. What happens? Do we just die after death? Is it that just the end for us, or is there something else? So there's quite a lot of things we don't know. Now, science, we've made a lot of inventions. Yes, we've done a lot, but not knowing all these things is as if we don't know anything. So I feel it's more than just a book. It's something everyone should know.
He has a different opinion of what many call space.
It took me a decade, and my breakthrough is dependent on what I discovered. I made a discovery. I discovered that space is not space. Neither is it nothing. In fact, what we have thought about it was pretty much just a mere assumption, because there's really not a scientific basis that really shows that space is nothing. So it's merely just more of an assumption. Now I took my time to think about it, and I discovered that it's not space. Neither is it nothing. It's an undefined. What space really is an undefined. that fact, that ignorance, what we've been ignorant about what space really is, that's been the major reason why we've been able to explain why there's something rather than nothing. Why we've been unable to explain how existence in eternity came about. Because we've been working with the wrong model. We've been working with the wrong model. I discovered that and I have very good reasons for it to explain why it is not space, why it is not nothing but an undefined.
Lucky Adesuwa has a degree in philosophy from the University of Benin. In Benin, Chikodi Obi, NTA News.
The news ends right after this break. Do stay with us.
Some glad morning.
Diamonds are forever. 5 years in mind. Remember you today as always. Late Mrs. Imwebeyoro Odugu Ne Osunde, a most remarkable, kind and caring wife, an endearing friend and quintessential mother who loved her children as well as others with a heart of gold.
5 years have rolled quickly by since you went to rest with your maker.
But it seems to us like yesterday. We are still trying to hold back our tears for the monumental loss. But we know that God loves you most and you are right now in His bosom. We are also consoled by the good legacies of love, honesty, unity, charity, and above all, the fear of God which you bequeathed to your children that have continued to be our leading light in life's journey. Sweet mother, you were a mother in a billion and you are always in our hearts. Continue to rest in the bosom of the Lord till we meet to part no more. Fondly remembered by your children, grandchildren, and family. Signed, His Excellency Right Honorable Dr. Pius Ekberane Odugu, past Deputy Governor, Edo State, for the children and family.
Please until Signature Hotel. Please until Signature Hotel. A pleasant hospitality in the heart of Benin City.
Pleasant New Signature Hotel, a place of hospitality in the heart of Benin City, located at 134 Akpakpavo Road, Benin City, Edo State, or call 0528-40557 or 081363908.
Until Signature Hotel. Please until Signature Hotel, a place of hospitality.
Thank you for staying on. A decomposing body has been found along Sapele Road in Benin City. Chikodi Obi reports that officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, were on hand to deal with the traffic congestion which developed as curious crowd stopped to stare.
I don't really know what happened, but this does not look like an incident that took place here. Like an arranged thing brought to this place. You get me? Because if it was done here, you'd have seen blood. We discovered that there is a fillet, and we don't really know what could have led to this. And the way the manner the accident happened is something that is inexplainable.
Even the visit, they don't know that person. I don't know, but may God may also try. We don't know what he want to do for this matter where they happen. So I don't know. I don't just know.
On my watch is 9:40 a.m. and up to this time,
the cause of the death of the decomposing body is unclear, and how the body got to the road is still a mystery.
From Sapele Road here in Benin City, Chikodi Obi, NTA News.
Sincere apologies for the gory pictures there. Now, activities for the burial ceremony of the late Sunday Amen Erunse has been released. A statement by the family indicates that activities will commence with the service of songs on Thursday, 24th September 2020 by 4 p.m. at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Lagos Street, Benin City. Funeral service will hold next day, Friday, at the same venue at 10 a.m., while interment is at 46 Efehi Street off Yoruba Street, New Benin, Benin City. A Thanksgiving service on Sunday, 27th September by 10 a.m. at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Lagos Street, will be followed by entertainment of guests at Jasmine Gardens beside Airport Road, Benin City. The late Sunday Amen was 84 years old. That concludes our package tonight. Thank you for watching. Good evening.